Hey everyone! Welcome back to the Aether Hub and our 25 Cards of Christmas series. We're going over some of the most popular legendary creatures and commanders in MTG history. We're learning their stories and we're giving away their cards to you, the fans. I'm Carolyn Page. Let's jump right in. For today's video, let's look at a really interesting character from a hotly debated time in MTG's history, the Kamigawa block. Let's go into the story of Azami, Lady of Scrolls. Ooh, I would have liked to buy this card, but it's pretty pricey, I think. But it's sweet. Let's put aside the controversial debate of the Kamigawa days for Magic, and the block certainly does have a rich and interesting story. Such is the case with Azami, who, as we've seen on her card, is the head librarian and archivist of one of the greatest centers of literature and learning in all Kamigawa. However, to get this prestigious appointment, Azami had to go through some troubling trials. It all began when she was a child, growing up in the high-class upper region of the Kawabe province. Her father was a military leader and hero of their village, while her mother was well-educated and studied magical spells and the Soratami, the moonfolk of Kamigawa. Her mother loved the stories and the lore of the moonfolk, yet desperately wanted to keep Azami from the potentially dangerous magical writings. I think we know where this is going to lead. Still, as a young girl, Azami's curiosity got the better of her, and as she stole ancient writings to read on her own by a river near their home, one day she was approached by what she thought was a great river kami, a powerful godly essence of the land. The kami offered Azami, a deal. She sought great knowledge and it was promised to her, but others would get in her way and she'd lose people she loved. Caring more for personal knowledge than anything else, Azami took the deal. Not long after, Azami's mother came looking for her near the river and fell in, nearly drowning. Azami was charged with taking care of her, but neglected her care in order to study. Wow. She went to study at her mother's now open library. This neglect ultimately led to her mother's death. Azami did not mourn. Her father, not willing to raise a daughter on his own, sent her to the Manama School, the most prestigious learning center on Kamigawa. There, Azami continued her climb through the ranks of the most influential people at the academy. She befriended another brilliant student named Atsumi, who she convinced to travel with her through dangerous Nezumi territory. Nezumi being the native rat folk of Kamigawa and widely known as aggressive. In search of ancient scrolls and magical artifacts, basically she was looking to set herself apart from her peers. The pair were attacked after pillaging a long-forgotten temple now used by the Nezumi. As they ran, Azami was forced to choose between the life of her friend or the scrolls that would further her career. Per the agreement with the great kami years ago, she chose the scrolls and her friend perished. So harsh. Finally, as an adult and potential leader of the Manama School library, Azami sought to unseat her rival, the current head librarian of the school. Tension between the two was well known, but Azami looked to end the conflict by offering her opponent a picnic in the fields just outside school grounds. So casual. Let's have a picnic, rival. It looked as if an olive branch was being extended, but Azami ended up serving the librarian poisonous mushrooms. What? Making sure to eat some herself to cover up the malicious intent. Azami fell gravely ill, but her opponent died. People chalked it up as an unfortunate accident, just as Azami intended. Now, as the head librarian and leader of the greatest collection of knowledge on Kamigawa, Azami has reached all the goals promised to her by that river kami, despite how many deaths it took to make it come true. Yet, one day, her students brought to her the captured river spirit that had made that deal with Azami so many years ago. After some research, Azami discovered it was nothing more than a prankster river spirit, not a kami or god at all, and it had no real power. This sank deep into Azami's soul. That meant there was no deal, and all those deaths were on her hands. Yet so were all the things she accomplished. Looking back, Azami wouldn't change a thing, and those deaths did not impact her in the least. She's the perfect example of someone who goes a little too far in their ambition and goals. Okay, that's a savage story. And honestly, I think it would make a great TV show or movie. Like, let's get some production on some more magic media, shall we? Producers, get at us, Aether Hub. All right, I'm going to go build a mono blue wizards deck, and that's going to do it for this video in our next installment of the 25 cards of Christmas. As with all of our videos for December, you can enter for a chance to win a copy of Azami, Lady of Scrolls. I would enter, but I think I am ineligible. You can follow the link in the video description, liking and leaving this video a comment, sharing it with friends, and of course, joining the Vorthos Army over on Patreon. We, of course, want to thank all of our supporters on Patreon who make things like this giveaway series possible, and you can check out all the exclusive perks and consider joining today. Thank you very much. Thanks also for watching. We'll see you next time here on the Aether Hub. Thanks so much for watching our latest video here on the Aether Hub. Our channel only exists thanks to fans like you and those who've joined the Vorthos Army over in Patreon. Many thanks to our latest supporters, David Coulterman, Peter Jaddelrab, Anton Thorne, Daniel Vincent, and Marcirio Pajeo. Welcome to the Vorthos Army! The same goes for all of the lore legends that you see in the credits, the supporters who make this channel possible. As always, thanks so much for watching today. I'm Carolyn Page, and you are the Vorthos Army.